Welcome guys, today we are going to talk about the car system Center Axis Relock. Here and you might be know the system from John Wick movies and also from computer game Splinter Cell. However, there is a big difference between what's going on in the movie and the real system. Let me start from the beginning. The system was developed by the guy named Paul Castle. Rest in peace, he died in 2011. The basic principle of car system is that the car system was designed for close quarter battle. So we are talking about from the distance, bad breath distance when I'm super close. So that includes also weapon retention and shooting from what it's called high position, which is here, which is very good position to engage. If I have a threat very close to me, I need to push, I need to maybe block an attack. And then from there I can draw and engage immediately from this distance. So we're talking about the distance up to 1 meter, meter and a half, maybe 2 meters, who knows. But then from the high position, I can pretty much switch to what it's called extended position in car system. Extended position is this. So let me just show you directly so you can see from the front. And how that works, there is a couple of principles here. First of all, I'm using my non-dominant eye and my stance is bladed to the target. Yeah, by bladed stance, my feet are quite wide apart from each other, so that gives me good triangular base, nice and stable, and also I have a quite good mobility. The only disadvantage is I cannot really see what's on this side. However, we go to that in a minute, how to change it, how to move it. As I'm bladed, there is an advantage of that system because I become a smaller target. The disadvantage would be that if I get gunshots from the side, that's going to be probably more severe, plus most modern body armors gives better protection from the front rather than from the side. But again, you have to choose. It's something for something, right? So we are bladed, and now what's next? The next important part is that we are using here non-dominant eye for aiming. So if I'm a right-handed shooter and have a right eye dominant, I'm going to use left eye. So you use crossed eye. So what that gives us? That gives us a pretty much good side picture, and also the nose blocking the vision on the sides from the right eye. So we won't get at double vision, double view of side picture. So it's not going to be blurry double, it's going to be nice and clear. So from here I need to rotate my head a little bit to the right, and then only my left eye can see the sides. If I close my left eye, I won't be able to see the sights and the pistol. So that's the general principle. The thing is that we are holding the pistol very close to our face, so it's about a 12 inch distance, like 20-25 centimeters, maybe 30. So this is our natural focal point when we are reading the books and all this kind of stuff, when we would like to use our eye. So it comes very natural. The sights are going to be visible larger because they are closer, and therefore the distance between the front sight and the rear sight will be greater to the side, so you can better align it. You should try it and see for yourself how that's going to work. Now let's talk about the grip. The grip here, it's controversial, different to a regular grip. Yes, just everybody knows how we use the normal grip here for normal shooting, but with the car system, what we are going to do, we slide the hand around, support hand, to goes that deep, and on the other side my thumbs are touching each other. So we have something like this. And now, I don't need to squeeze the pistol to control it. All I need to use is isometric tension between my support hand and the weapon hand. So this hand is pushing forward and the support hand is pulling backwards. I lock it here. Add extra lock on the bottom part, so that's going to stop the pistol from going upward. And from there I can have a very decent recoil control. It's a very good recoil control with the car system. So checkpoint thumbs here and pointing finger, like a trigger finger on the left hand, should go between those first two knuckles. Yep. What's important also that I have a straight angle of my wrist here and here. So it's lots of like a straight angles and 90-degree angles. So if you look at me from the front and now look at me from the side, yeah, so my wrist is not in this position and not in that position. It's nice and straight and locked. Same goes for my weapon hand. My weapon hand is pretty much straight here. I just lift the elbow a little bit, but not too much because now I block my vision. So I would like to have it like 45 degrees. And from here I can nicely engage in the close distance encounters. Let's talk about the position in the C.A.R system. In the C.A.R system we have a few positions. The first position, it's called the high position. My high position is going to be here, when I'm already able to engage from the very close proximity, like a bat breath distance up to 1 meter, 2 meters maybe. So I already position my hands in a C.A.R grip, so thumbs are touching, weapon is tilted slightly away from me to prevent malfunction and for safety, elbows are close to my body, and I have a good base to engage with my pistol. Good also for weapon retention. If somebody wants to grab my weapon even from regular stance, from here if I switch to this, that's going to maybe save my pistol from being taken away or save my life if there is a deadly attack coming on me. After high position we have a combat high, combat ready position, which is basically, I would call it in our academy, low ready position. So the pistol is slightly lowered, however, I have a good structure of my arms, good grip, ready to engage. And from here, all I need to do is simply raise the pistol up, achieve the side picture, and engage. And then bring it lower. So it's a combat high position. Like I said, I would call it low ready for C.A.R system. Then we have extended position. Extended position is the position when I engage, and it's most commonly used position in a center axis relock. So let me just demonstrate it from the side. From the front and from the other side. Okay, so I'm going to show you now how to utilize extended position for C.A.R system for the distance that's like 5 meters, let's say, give or take, and how to engage the target. So let me show you the position first. So my position will be here. Notice that everything is nicely structured, so my wrist is not bent here, so it's nice and straight. My support hand goes around and stays here. On the other side, my thumbs connect, so it's like the checkpoint for me that I have a good C.A.R grip. So now I'm using isometric tension, meaning that my weapon hand pushing pistol forward and my support hand pulling back. So a little bit kind of like a weaver stance, weaver control of the pistol. So now when I'm focusing is the bottom part, so I'm compressing the bottom part to prevent the recoil going wild. Yeah, so the recoil control will be actually quite stable here and good. So observe the pistol how it goes. Yeah, so I'm gonna go on a target. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty well controlled in terms of accuracy from this distance. Let's just have a look. Let me show you. Pretty much all in a circle. I was shooting fast, just one little bit higher, but again, you know, that's going to cause some damage. We're talking about the system which was developed mainly for law enforcement. Next position we have in the C.A.R system, it's called apogee position. To be honest, I found a very little use of that position. However, it's got its implication in the room clearing. Apogee position is like extended position. However, the pistol is pushed more forward. So that reminds me pretty much like a weaver stance. However, we're still using our cross-dominant eye. So I'm using my left eye if I'm right-handed, if I hold the pistol in my right hand. And this position is used for longer distances, like 10 meters plus. However, if I have a distance of 10 meters plus, I would use my normal regular stance because I feel very comfortable with it, and this is something that I usually train. Center Axis Relock system is ambidextrous, so that means we switch hands. We use left hand, we use right hand, depending on the situation. Let me explain that. At the beginning it might be a little bit tricky, but as you start practicing you will see it's quite easy to do it. Everything requires practice, guys, to master the things. So from here, if I want to engage something on this side facing that direction, I can do it from my regular car system position. However, notice that I cannot go that direction anymore, unless of course I change my position of my feet. In open space, that's fine, but if you are sitting in a vehicle or you are sitting in a chair in a restaurant, you are immobilized for any reason that you cannot move, so then switching hands comes to the play. So from here, what I can do if I want to engage on my right side, so I just switch hand and there you go. And I can pretty much cover everything here. I need to engage something there, I just switch the hand and go to the left side, yes? And again, switch the hand going right, switch the hand going left. Seems to be simple, but this is a skill that requires practice, yeah? So those search pistols are very good to do it, or even if you have your own real firearm at home, so you can just sit even watching the movie and practicing your hand switching, so there's no excuse for no skill. Let's have a look how good the stability from a high position in car system is going to be. So as you can see, guys, you can achieve very good group, shooting very rapidly. Why? Because there is a very good and very stable grip here, supported with our forearms, touching our ribs. Of course, elbow needs to be hidden, so back muscles are also engaged, preventing muzzle sweeping or shooting your own elbow. So this is important. And the pistol is here, slightly at the angle out, so it's not closed like this, because that might also cause some malfunction. It's a little bit out. And from here, if I would like to go to extended, pretty much I can go to extended anytime I want. Yeah, so I can send a couple of shots from here, and if necessary I can go to my extended position with also quite good weapon control and accuracy. Of course, everything within the limits of short distance, because that's what the car system is designed for. Very good implication of car system is when I need to shoot on the move, but I need to shoot to the angles. So imagine that if we have just a regular stance and my targets are on the left, I need to move that direction because that's the place I would like to be, I would like to go to, because it's better position for me, cover whatever the reason is. However, I have threats on my left side, yeah? Look what happens if I use my regular stance and try to go, yes? I try to engage the first target, now I'm already limited, I cannot engage it anymore. Okay, I can engage the second, but I'm very limited now, so I cannot engage it at the correct angle. Plus I feel already lots of pressure here on my hip because I cannot turn it anymore. Situation is even worse when I need to walk and shoot at a deeper angle back, yeah? But look what happens with the car system. With the car system, I can pretty much engage any targets at any angles, even behind me. So that gives me more flexibility. It's another toolbox, guys. It's another toolbox. It's another bunch of tools for your shooting toolbox. Yeah, so don't treat this system as a full system. I would say car, it's a supplementary system for your regular shooting skills. So let's do it again from here. Look at the range. If I engage here, I can engage that target. If something's behind me, I can still engage it. I can engage forward, I can engage here. So if I need to engage to the other side, I'm going to show you in a minute what needs to be done. But gives me very good flexibility of movement. Of course, we're talking about the distance like 5-7 meters, something like this. Okay, here we are in a position where car system is very useful, and it's actually impossible to use our normal regular shooting methods. Yeah, so imagine I would like to use my normal shooting methods. So what are the limits? I can engage to the front, I can engage a little bit to the side, maybe like 90 degrees, and that's all. Little bit worse to that side because pistol is in my right hand, so I have less flexibility to that direction, and pretty much this is my limit. Yeah, so I can go all over the windshield up to a post over there. Let's see what we can cover with the center axis relock system. Yeah, if I switch to center axis relock system, I can shoot pretty much to the front, to the left, left, and even behind the vehicle. Yep, not covering like full 180 because, you know, I'm a little bit limited here, but pretty much I can shoot very wild angle that direction. If I need to engage to my right side, I just switch hand quickly and look. Now all the angle opens to me, including to the shooting to the rear. So I can cover this angle and I can cover that angle. Pretty much everything. Not full 360 because I'm still limited sitting on the seat. I cannot fully turn. However, if I need to, okay, maybe if I need to shoot through the glass, okay, I can do it, but through the window that's gonna be almost 360 degrees, which is impossible with a regular shooting grip, which we already discussed. C.A.R system is also very used for CQB in a very confined spaces. Many times we cannot afford to have our full extended stance to go and clear the room from the outside, and sometimes there is a need to compress. Of course we can compress to this position, however, thinking about going through thresholds, it's going to be much better with less exposure if actually my pistol with my eye goes first. So C.A.R system, it's also very useful here. If it's the other angle, I'm going to change my hand, change my stance, and I'm going to go this direction. There's more of the use of C.A.R system in a CQB in my other video, so please go to my channel, go to the CQB playlist, and you can find the subjects of using C.A.R system for CQB. So everything is explained, not everything, but some of the stuff is explained here, how we can practically use it for CQB. Let's talk about the differences now between the C.A.R system, original C.A.R system, and the C.A.R system used in John Wick movies. So first of all, Keanu Reeves didn't train with anybody from the team of Paul Castle. So he trained with C.A.R and Tactical, which are great guys doing very good job preparing actors to do lots of action with the weapons, and it looks good and it sells good. It's really nice. However, this is not the C.A.R system that you can see in a John Wick. If you notice, look at the differences. As I mentioned before, we use in a C.A.R system non-dominant eye and completely bladed position. Yeah. If you notice John Wick, he still got his normal regular grip, and he just bring the pistol like 45 degrees and compress it here, still using his dominant eye. So this is completely different. It's still a valid technique to use, I would say. Why not? But it's not really the C.A.R. It's something like a hybrid with the regular stuff. So don't think that the C.A.R system was original C.A.R system was used in the John Wick movies. The other things you can see also is that flipping up the magazine outside, that also comes from C.A.R, because that's how we change the magazine in a C.A.R system when we have a slide lock reload. So from here, if I engage, pam, yeah, I'm going to throw the magazine that way, then I'm going to press the fresh one and continue to go. So that's the similarities. But does John Wick use the C.A.R system? The answer is not really. Yeah, it's a hybrid stuff, but it looked good. I love the movies, and I'm a big fan of John Wick. However, it's not pure C.A.R system. So summarizing, guys, C.A.R system, it's a legit stuff developed by the real guy and follow up with his successors. Yeah, so the guy, again, it's called Jeff Johnsgard, and I had the pleasure to learn from his instructor, Valerio Limo, the Brazilian folk, my friend. We used to work in one company together, and he ran this course, so I attended. I found it very useful, especially for the confined spaces vehicles and also close distance engagements. Very natural. If you practice, it's very natural. We just ran like a 2 days course last weekend, and the guys who came to the course had no knowledge about the C.A.R system at all, and on the day two they were able to pretty much very smoothly switch hands and achieve very good accuracy and recoil management. So it's also easy to learn. At the beginning it might look weird, but as you practice, you can master it very very quickly. So tell me guys in the comments, what do you think about the car system? Have you ever got a chance to train with it, yes or no? Or do you think it's complete bullshit? Share your thoughts. I'm happy to respond. I'm happy to have a little discussion, but everything of course needs to be nice and polite. And if you want to use the criticism, use constructive criticism, not use stupid things, because, you know, I'll delete the comment. Thank you very much. Take care.